Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of our 7th Sea campaign. I'm the Ravnos Archon, and last we left off with our crew, we opened up with them arriving at the dreary city of, what is this called? Starkbrunn. The Vestin wanted to go looking for a shaman, while the Caecilian went looking for a warm place to rest up, and our Ison went to kind of wander about and get her thoughts in order. Carlos found a tavern with a rotund pig sitting atop a barrel on the sign. And once inside, he could see that there was a trio of musicians playing and a new instrument that he hadn't seen before. May found a quiet park and took in the sights while sitting on a bench. And she could see that merchants were being turned away from the northern gates. Because they did not have traveling papers. And one of the sellswords protecting a caravan turned out to be a friend of hers named Gerhold, who let her know about the whole situation between the two Iron Princes, the one in the north and the one in Fischler. Freki found himself in a colorful part of town where the majority of the people did not actually appear to be Ison. And in a small, little secluded kind of private park for reflection, he found what looked to be a statue from a distance, but was actually the burnt out husk of a tree that had been struck by lightning. He saw a young woman sitting there outside of the enclosure with charcoals kind of drying her representation of the tree. Found out that her name was Marigold, and she showed him that the little circle of flowers and mushrooms was much more than it appeared to be, as she left a piece of candy 1 second and then disappeared the next. But we did get a nice moment between Carlos and the musicians. They tried sharing information about how to make better songs for each other. He got to see what a hurdy-gurdy actually looks like. May found a Hexen worker after having a tarot card fall out of a book she was about to read or show Carlos, and found out that the gentleman in charge of the bookstore was actually a member of the secret society of the Kreuzritter, and someone that actually had heard of May Dietrich and their exploits in the south. But he had some interesting things to say. He also lent her one of his books out of his collection, which was hidden in a wardrobe. We got to see Carlos join the musicians for the dinner performance, and we got to see a little glimpse of Freki actually giving candy to the little circle in hopes that they could help him with the Wolf Mother situation, and he met a gentleman from Innismore named Mr. Moonsilver, who was happy to make a new friend and shake hands over nothing that sounded like a deal whatsoever. But we left off with everyone coming together at the end of the evening, and this is right where we'll pick up. Freki has come into the establishment. The two of you could see that he was with somebody, but the moment the door opens and Freki is seen in the kind of moonlight, there's nobody with him.
Wave, and I point and I'm pointing at the air next to me, like as though this guy.
There's just this faint scent of tobacco.
Wait. Okay, Mr. Moonsilver. Okay. Well. Okay. Well, I made a new friend, and he's gone now.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Did we have a little when we were out?
For the limited amount of time that you've known me, have you seen me ever drunk to the point that I can't remember something next to me? And no, it is not a ghost. You don't. Okay.
Did you put the stuff on your eyes? Did you put the stuff on your eyes again?
Show me. And May will get up and walk to the door and walk outside. Show me.
May will get that hint of tobacco. Fresh. Like almost like somebody just lit a cigarette.
She'll nod and go, I smell it. Tell me about him.
Yeah, I was walking through the park and I found this area where burnt tree, and around it was, what was interesting about not only the fact that it was burnt, but it's just had a circle of flowers growing, and I saw a woman who was there putting candy on the floor. Marigold. Yes, Marigold is her name. And she was placing candy on the floor and looked towards me, went back, candy's gone. And she did it a couple more times without us seeing it, which caught my interest. So I came over, and you remember, I came back, I asked for some sweets, you gave me sweets, I went back, right? I put the candy there, and then as I was putting it down, this gentleman shows up. I'm trying to remember the features of Mr. Moonsilver, but essentially just somebody shorter than me, with a very deep accent that I can't picture. I can't point the inflection, the accent that he came from. Never in my travels, but spoke to me about being a friend and wanting, scratch my back, scratch his back. People were scratching backs. I might have said quail, bird, crow at some point.
It's odd because even standing here before May, you know exactly what Mr. Moonsilver looks like to you. But there's no words to describe him. Everything is amorphous. A smile, a twinkle in the eyes, like everything that cannot be quantified in an actual person. Like no color to his eyes, no color to his clothing, just that it was nice. The cigarette, everything around the person is very clear to you. But everything that is the person is a blob.
Yeah, that's not much of a description, but I mean, look, I could show you where I met him.
Okay. Do you want to go?
Hey, Carlos. Road trip.
I get up and I'll kiss the ladies on the hand before I go, and I make my way to the door very unwillingly, trying to flirt with the ladies as I leave.
Yeah.
No, I promise this won't take long. Whatever you're trying to do, just
trying
to flirt and get laid.
Mm-hmm.
I know he's trying. I can see that.
Yeah, he's being very unsuccessful because you are dragging him out.
No.
That's why I said you take me. Let Carlos do whatever he needs to do. Do Carlos.
One of the girls, the violinist was not impressed by Carlos in any way, shape, or form. But the hurdy-gurdy player was definitely interested.
Look, whichever head you want to lead with, just that's fine. Just we're gonna
Nope. We need to find out who this friend of yours is. Onward. Pa'lante.
I look over at the hurdy-gurdy player. Don't worry, I'm gonna bring him back.
Hopefully in one piece.
She raises her glass to
Your
you.
life.
I give her a wink and a kiss, in the air as I walk out. With a little tap of the hat.
Yeah. The violinist actually grabs it and just slams it on the table. Just shakes her head at you.
Violinist is feisty. Are you sure she's not Vestin?
I like the violinist actually a lot more, but I get what I could get.
So we'll head over to that spot.
Yep. And you will see the small, like 15 by 15 patch of grass with the iron rod fence around it. The husk of a tree that almost looks like a statue reaching up towards the heavens. But it is a tree that was hit by lightning. It looks like it's petrified over. But it is surrounded by a ring of multicolored flowers and just mushrooms of different varieties.
Does any of this trigger duendes back home?
100%.
I go, ha! I put him at this laugh. I went, un duende. Te encontraste con un duende. Increíble.
You says
And
that
I reach down
Okay,
and I
so-
open a bag and I take out a little piece of candy
Mhm.
and I leave it and I go, con permiso.
Can
and
you
I go-
translate any of that?
Oh,
Okay,
I asked if you please, and then I laughed at him because duende,
What is duende?
fey folk. We call them
Excellent.
duende
It's a
back in
composite.
Castile. Yes, we call them duende back home.
Under Koki.
When he says that, I'm trying to see if I can relate that to what I've learned growing up in Festin, trying to see if I can compare it to what I've learned on other ships that could be best translated to what I can understand in my religion,
Mhm.
or at least my beliefs.
The stories always come back of deal making. There's always something offered and something wanted, but the price is always heavier than expected.
Yeah. I don't know, but I think I may have made a deal with him.
Exactly what were the words? And try to remember every single word you used.
Oh, that's gonna be really hard. Said that we could be friends, and then he put out his hand, and I shook his hand, and we are friends. Scratch my back, scratch his back. Might have been some kind of quail, bird, crow.
Completely innocent. Quailbird Crow.
Yeah.
I want that on a shirt.
Quail, bird, crow. I want that on a shirt. That's the second one after Julius Beezer.
That's the second one.
Oh, okay. Well then, you may have made a promise to do him a favor and him to do you a favor. And that's not going to turn out well for you. My mother used to always leave milk and candy for them to have them go away.
But I gave him a lot of candy, and he never.
By the way,
left.
I looked down at my candy.
It's
Is
gone.
it gone?
It's sometime in the conversation, the moment that nobody was looking at it, candy's gone.
I grab the mushed candy that's in my pockets. That's
Blech.
left over, and I just dump it there. I'm just like, Moonsilver,
Are you dumping the licorice too?
no. Oh, that as I pull out the mushed candy that I had to put down, I have that licorice stick, and I go, oh, he also gave me this.
Of all the stories my mom used to tell me, what does any of that is that bad?
It's hard to say whether it's good or bad because it's always a story that is meant to teach a lesson. And so
What-
the people that get tricked are always bad.
Fair.
What do I know about the licorice, or at least the representation?
The licorice is a connection of tongues. It is almost like kissing to seal a deal. The more licorice is eaten, the stronger the deal is harder to break.
How much of
Oh,
the
well-
how much do you eat?
I wouldn't
This has just
eat it
been in-
at all.
Like I look at it and I see it's got like mold, like it has like soft and crust of the other candy over it. I'm trying to like squeeze it off. I'm just like,
It comes off easily.
honestly, I've never had licorice before. You would think.
Don't eat.
Don't
Being
eat
on a
it.
Don't
ship.
eat it. Don't.
Do not eat it.
That's like sealing a deal.
Yes.
You
But
don't
wait.
want to seal this deal.
But I
Yes.
already shook his hand. Isn't that the deal's already been struck? I don't.
It's
No,
better
that
to be
is-
safe than sorry.
That is opening up the door for a deal. But if you are going to try and summon him for something for a deal, that is how you do it, and you do not want to do that.
He did say something about eating this for him to be called. Yes, I remember this.
Let's not do that, yeah?
Look at it this way. Every story that my mama told me about the duende did not end well, and I take it away from you. And I wiggle it at you. It did not end well. They all ended in tears. Every single one ended in tears. And I give
That's
it back
not yours.
to you.
Thank
I
you.
give it back to you. Just be careful.
I wasn't gonna eat it
I don't know.
anymore.
Okay, good.
Not a lot of it.
Okay. Not a lot of it. But don't I still am part of this like
I don't think the deal triggers unless you ask for it. Because he didn't give you anything. I think it's I will call you and then you maybe.
I look at the mush candy. Is it still there?
You put it in the circle?
Yeah, I did.
No, it's gone.
God damn it, bro. Moonsilver? No? I have to eat this for you to come around? Is that how this works?
Don't.
My God, seriously. Are you that daft?
It was a question. I did not, and I put it in my pocket. I'm like, I did not mean. And somehow it comes out of the other pocket in my hand. I'm like, what the?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's in
Try
whatever
that
pocket
again.
you want it to be in.
Yeah, it's whatever pocket I want.
You want to try something really funny? Throw it that way, then check your pockets.
Just chucked it over. Check my right. Go put my hands into my pockets.
It's there.
Okay. All right,
They
I'm
don't
not getting
need it.
rid of this thing.
Nope.
Okay.
That was the handshake, by the way.
What if I have somebody else eat it? It's a question. I'm just wondering.
What
Just-
would May know about that one? Would the person then eating it be sealed by the deal?
But
No.
they didn't make the handshake.
If somebody other than the intended person takes advantage of a gift from a fair folk, the original recipient of the gift would fall into horrors untold for the rest of their life.
Hey,
That's what
explains
my
that
mama.
one.
That's what my mom told me. You shouldn't do it.
To give away a gift that has been given is one of the greatest insults to the fair folk.
And you do
Just
not want
keep
to anger
it.
them.
Here.
So
May
now
will
that we
pull
know
out-
that you don't have an imaginary friend, could we go back?
What is May
May will
pulling
give
out?
him May is pulling out a small velvet pouch for Freki to put the licorice in and seal it off. So he's not tempted.
Okay, sure. And then I wrap it and I put it in the bag and then I reach into my pocket and it's still there.
Yep.
I'm just like, yeah, this is gonna be all right. Just it's all right. I've never had it. It's fine. I don't know what I'm missing. It's good. Good.
So I will quickly. I just kneel down and I do the old saying my mama would say in Castilian
Mhm.
to leave the family alone, but I modify it to leave my friends alone. That find your mischief somewhere else.
If
I
it
will
helps
now
any,
say
Freki, you do remember that he stepped into the circle and wanted you to touch the tree with him.
that's right.
Do
He
you
said that.
tell us?
Yeah, it was kind of weird. He was at first when I met him, he was like, "Hey, come here, touch this tree. Look at it. Isn't it dead?" And I'm
Did
like,
not sound anything like that whatsoever.
that's what it sounds like to me. He's increasingly becoming a pervert, and this is not.
I start. I'm gonna
Go.
walk around the tree, like with my hands behind my back, like looking at it. Anything?
Are you stepping into the circle?
God no, I'm not stupid. First of all, I haven't been invited.
Smart.
I listened to my mamá cuando ella me dijo toda la historia. When she used to tell me all the stories, I listened to every single one of those.
It's weird because as you turn around to see it from behind, the way the roof opposite the park lines up with the tree,
Mm-hmm.
it almost looks like a man dangling from a rope around his ankle.
I do a quick little.
The one leg up and the other one kind of bent.
I do a quick prayer, to the prophets.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a good thing you didn't touch this. This
Out
is-
of game.
And
Out of game.
I call her over like this so she can see what I'm seeing. I'm like, come here. You need to stand
You're gonna want to
right
watch
here.
this.
Tell me that I see what I see.
They will walk over. What does May see?
It the way the light hits it, the moonlight, and the way that the roof looks behind it, it does look like somebody a more masculine shape that was hung by an ankle.
You see it, right? I'm not crazy. Okay,
You're
you
not
see it.
crazy.
What was Freki gonna do?
No, I just wanted to say, out of game, I will never use Bear Sark at this point moving forward. Because if I do, he's gonna be like, and for your action, you're gonna eat the licorice.
No, I
It's a
would
call
never.
for-
I want you to willingly eat the licorice. I'm not gonna do that for you.
So yeah,
But
when I see May's face, like that look, I'm like, huh, you do see it. Okay, good. I'm not crazy.
You have something that looks like this shape, don't you?
Yeah.
Do I?
Not you, May.
Oh, okay. I was like, one of your cards, maybe?
it's the hangman.
Yeah, that's why I just signed you.
Yeah.
She'll kind of pause for a moment and go into her bag and pull out the card.
It looks almost exactly like
Ay,
the,
vaya con Dios.
like the tree husk. It's lost all the image of the man that you saw before.
She'll walk up 2, but she will not touch, nor will she go into the ring.
I'm so afraid of this ring of flowers, man.
Look it, I'm not the bitch that doesn't know the difference between peonies and marigolds. She'll
What's
go,
going
yeah.
on? I'm like, I'm on the other side. I'm like, what's going on, guys?
You might
No,
want to come over here
just
now
don't
and see
go.
this.
Do not step into the circle.
Go around the tree.
Come here. Come over here. But do not walk through. Walk around.
Okay. Sure.
And I put you I put you in the position I'm in where I see it. Like I move you a little bit. And I go, look that
And
way.
you do have to squat down.
Of course.
A squad.
Yeah. But
And
it almost looks like a man being hung from his ankle.
Now look at her card.
mhm. Okay. So that means you would know about this then, May.
You'll pull out the book that she got from her friend, go to the hangman page, and read out loud.
It's odd, because the hangman card doesn't have the the representation of a husk of a tree. It's actually like all the depictions of a hanged man are always like hanging from both legs, from a leg, but it's always an upside down image of somebody being hung. The stories attached to it are that it is just this collection of mixed emotions. It for the image that it depicts, it is actually a card that describes inner vision, like wisdom, a sacrifice, intuition, that kind of like prophetic, divine touch of the world on a person.
Okay. Well, what do you think this means then?
Well, I have absolutely no idea.
So wait, is it like this? Is this his home? Is that why you're telling me I can't walk in? Because then he'll show up.
No, well, when I was told by my mama that you do not walk into circles unless you're invited, because they will whisk you away sometimes. There's a story of an old man that walked into a circle and he fell asleep for like 20 years.
May's gonna put the card between her hands, close her eyes, and just try to see if she can commune with the tree in some way, shape, or form to find out what the connection is and what this fucking means. Do I need to roll anything?
No.
Okay.
There's a moment where the kind of gentle breeze that had been following you along stops. The vicinity grows quiet, still. There's nothing, no chirping of crickets or the buzzing of any mosquitoes. There's no fluttering in the branches above you. And there's the sound of steel crashing against wood. The sound of unmistakably feet splashing through water. And then the sensation around your ankle of a rope being tied to it. As you come out of this communion, the image on the card is no longer the husk. It is an actual man again, clad in traditional Vestan armature. Freki, what does your father look like in this depiction?
Um, when that image comes back around, and I see, uh, and I see that the actual like the flush of life starts coming back to this husk, and you start seeing the actual shape and figure curve. It didn't strike me at first until I saw the bridge of the nose curl up and the nostrils like enlarge a little bit. It's very reminiscent of what I currently have. 'Cause that's probably one of the few things that I actually got from my dad, along with the short black hair that I have. But yeah, and you see the hair just lightly tuft down, um, clean shaven, completely. Something that was always a stark contrast, but you could see the jawline, same as mine, and yeah, very piercing eyes staring directly into me. And yeah, I immediately fall back. Um, and I stop for a moment, and then I look up at May and Carlos, and I'm like, does that look like the gentleman that was standing next to me when we were in the forest?
I look at the picture.
Yeah.
Splitting image.
What, May? What did you do? What did you just do? What happened?
I just put my hand over the card and tried to connect with the tree. That's all I did.
And that nothing happened to you? This all of a sudden
Oh,
shows
I
my.
didn't say nothing happened.
Okay, did you see this man? Did you
No,
see my father in this?
no. I mean, all I saw. Well, actually, I didn't see anything. I heard and I felt. I felt wood being split by a machine, steel. The sounding of somebody walking in the water. And then I felt a rope around my ankle.
Thunder rolls in the distance.
Real quick, if you wanted to be invited into the circle, how do you do that?
They have to invite you.
Yeah, that's invite.
Okay.
Hold on. I want that. Give me a second. This is what my father would do.
Oh my God.
Behind my mom's back. I go through my bag and I pull out the very expensive bottle of rum.
Hmm.
I put it inside. And I said, we ask for an invitation. Please accept this gift. And I turn around. And wait, that was my last bottle of rum.
Get you more.
No one asked you to do that.
Rum up here is nothing like in Castile.
Well, I
Yeah,
don't know how to make
very thin.
rum.
Is everybody
It's
turning
watered
around?
down.
Is everybody turning around or
You,
people
No,
are-
I'm
both of you need
staring
to
at
turn
this
around
bottle.
with me.
Okay.
No. I
staring at
turn
this
you
bottle.
around.
Yeah.
I
I'm not
tried to
even
turn you around.
Yeah, I
looking.
want you to turn me around. Turn me around.
I
wanna
try
see
to turn. I go, hey, what's
Turn
that
me
over
around.
there?
Hey, is that Balto?
Freki,
You
please
need to
turn
turn around
around.
for it to work.
Fine.
If the bottle is gone, we have an invitation. Okay, let's turn around. I turn around.
1 Norwegian, 2 Norwegian, 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Turn around.
You will see this spread almost like the Mad Hatter spread in Alice in Wonderland. There's just this tablecloth strewn over the side of the bottle like it is a grand table. And all of the little mushrooms that you saw are actually caps for these tiny little fae folk that just look up from their petaled tea glasses and kind of smile and just give you a cheers.
I give a bow.
Bertie.
And I look at and I go, are we invited?
And all of them just turn to look at Freki.
They're asking you if you want to come in, I guess.
May I come in?
There's no response. But each one slowly starts to put their cup down and just cross their arms.
Oh.
Oh,
Bow?
I do this obnoxiously long bow to the floor.
Yep.
My forehead almost touches the actual grass at this point.
The moment
Valid.
you
Wow,
bring
you're quite flexible for a man that big.
yeah, he does yoga. The moment you bring your head up, all three of you are at the table. You are the
Are we
size.
small as well?
You are the size. Like they've either grown or you've shrunk. But the tree is gone. The town is gone. You're just in the wilderness. And you see that there are 3 cups, and they pour, or somebody will pour a little bit of rum into each of the cups, and there's candy that has been laid out, little cakes and stuff.
I will get to my glass.
Thank you.
I will look
Am
at the
I now the size of Carlos? Is that what's happening?
No, you're still your relative size to each other, but
We're smaller, but you're still taller.
Yeah. All of them look to be about 5 feet tall.
Okay.
I will get my cup.
Mhm.
I will look at them and I will go, Salud.
They each hold their cup up.
And I look at you.
Roach.
And I drink a little bit.
Yeah, the moment you drink, they drink.
And this is the most delicious rum I've ever had.
Just
in my
immediately
entire
just go.
fucking life.
"Up." Yeah, whatever.
I take a sip. I take a sip and I'm like,
Oh, it's a sipping rum. You know that for
this
sure.
is
So to see Freki just down it is hysterical.
barbarians.
Just sip it because I have no idea what I'm drinking.
Yeah, it's rum.
'Cause May hasn't had any. May's never had rum. So this is just like a okay.
Yeah, it's very tropical. There's hints of coconut, but there's also a kind of tangy lime to it.
So it tastes like soap.
And it burns a
Just gonna
little
taste-
bit when it goes down.
Just a very little
It
bit.
has like a after effect burn.
I guess enjoy
But
your soup ale.
It is not a terrible liquor. You can definitely see that this paired with something else would be devastating to somebody that's never drank it. It is very deceptive.
Okay, well, I guess we shall see. I guess. Yeah. By the way, my apologies. Thank you so much for accepting us here. My name is Freki.
Carlos.
Freki Broadside.
And I motion to May.
May.
And may I ask your names? All of you.
They slam their hands on the table, and all of them yell out their names at the same time. It is a cacophony of just
names.
noise. And then
And
you
can we
see
do one at a time?
the one at the head of the table just slams his hands on the table, and everybody just kind of brings their hands up. And he smiles, and the smile is very familiar to Freki. And as he stands up from his seat, you notice that he's taller than the rest of them. He is about 6 feet tall, and he takes off his mushroom cap and puts it down on the table, and it's Mr. Moonsilver.
Yeah.
And he just looks at you. He's like, Freki Broadside, named after his dog. You forgot me already. You break my heart. Here I thought we were friends.
Silver. Forgive me. Forgive me. I thought I was just asking about the names here. I did not notice that you were all the way on the other side of that long table. My apologies.
Oh.
You were named after your dog?
You're named after your dog?
So, thank you so much for inviting us here.
Is the table not to your liking, my friend? And he claps his hands, and it shrinks down so it's just him and 3 empty chairs.
And all the other Fey folk and mushroom caps are gone?
Gone.
No, this is... Thank you for your hospitality.
Dankeschön.
Of course. Please. Any friends of Freki Broadside named after his dog are friends of mine.
Really? You were named after the dog?
You are named after your dog.
Yes, I am.
It's a
You're
story he
named
told
after
me.
the one. That's your. Those are names that you give yourself, named after cherished ones. Yes.
No,
And
fair enough.
Okay.
is it
well,
okay? Is it okay?
Sure.
I'm not one to complain, but you know.
I don't mean to be rude to any of you, but shall we all be friends as well? And then he'll extend his hand out to Carlos.
My mama always warned me. But you invited me into your home. And I hold out my hand.
He shakes it. He turns to me. And shall we be friends as well? No harm, no foul.
Are you sure you want to be friends with me?
He extends his hand out. I do not fear the Wolf Mother as much as Freki does.
I'm sorry, Voss.
Yeah. About that. Kind of told them about the Wolf Mother. I was trying to find a way to get rid of what was happening to you when we saw your family.
Heroic undertaking, to be sure. But one that I can help with for my friends. And again, he holds his hand out to me.
And what do you get out of this?
Friends, of course. New faces. New voices.
Mm-hmm. No voices. Thought you would hear all the voices out there, yeah?
You get tired of the regular voices?
I thought every voice was unique.
Every voice at my table is unique. That's why I consider them friends.
And you don't invite those that don't that walk by?
You have to be very special for me to acknowledge you. The way of my people.
Which people are they? Please, I want to understand so I can be educated.
Of course.
If you don't mind.
Please have a seat then. My story is long and winded.
I sit down. I sit down.
And you see him go to sit down at his chair, and then he just bounces up onto the table and sits down, crisscross applesauce. So,
Mm.
my people come from long ago and far away, in stranger tides and deeper seas than those of the Icen or Castilians or the Vesten there. We were here when the world was created. You could say we were the stewards, custodians, as it were, cleaning up after all of you, taking care of the messes that came by, and making sure that you didn't kill yourselves. At least not until we were ready to deal with you.
As he says all that, I'm literally grabbing the licorice that's in my pocket,
Mhm.
putting it into the other pocket, and then continuing this story. Like as I'm listening to him, I'm like, yeah, what? Like looking at him, like, what is this? What is this?
You want help with the wolf
Vin-
mother, yes?
I just joined them. I haven't seen this wolf mother. I don't not know much about it, but it seems to
Oh.
be hunting both of them.
My friend Carlos from Castile, you have your own issues to worry about. Don't worry. There's a different mother coming for you.
I'm sorry, Vas.
Oh.
What mother's coming for him?
I am not at liberty to say that to people who aren't my friends, May Dietrich from the south.
I look over. I look over. You go.
Hey, but you can say it to us
Ah.
though, as we have shook your hand in friendship.
You are my friends, sure.
Well,
How
if-
did you know my name?
I know many things, Adelaide.
You are not to use that name. I did not give you that name.
What?
I specifically said May, did I not?
you did.
You did. Forgive me.
And
I overstepped.
how do you know that name? That
know.
is something you should not know.
I know many things and many ways of the world. I was
May's
not...
immediately on her guard right now.
Yeah. The moment your young friend there brought up the wolf mother, I did some digging. Did some searching. I asked Shamrock and Rosemary to do some questioning of some of the more interesting characters that you've been dealing with. Your dog, by the way, does not like its name. Just so you're aware, Freki Broadside, named after his dog.
Does he like it when I call him Papo?
I did not ask.
First off,
Ah,
just what? Out of all of this, that's what you're going with?
I was curious.
What does he like to be called? No, this is actually
And he kind of shimmies over to Freki. Have you told them your true name? Your real name that you whispered only to your parents? Shall I spoil it for them?
My
I mean,
true name is
I would
Carlos.
hope that you wouldn't,
Oh, yours.
considering that it's you know, not something I allowed you to say.
Just like my name.
Everyone
What
has...
do you get? Go ahead.
No, please. Tell me what you're thinking.
I'm thinking is, what do you get out of us after helping us, let's say, with Wolf Mother, if that's the case? What would be your payment out of all this?
You are looking at it. This is the first step. I have friends everywhere. Freki Broadside.
My mother always told me that the duende collect favors and friends.
You notice that him not adding named after your dog makes him sound sinister.
It's interesting how you know so much about us, but all we know about you is that your name, Mr. Moonsilver, and you're old as fuck. You know my real name, but yeah, we don't know yours. It's not very friendly.
Thinking back,
Mhm.
because my mom always had these stories. Do any of the stories my mom said sound anything like him?
It's hard to pinpoint because everyone has creation stories.
Yeah.
And because of the influence of the prophets on Castile, so much of it has become tied to what the prophets have spread as gospel.
Fair enough.
And so everything else is just hearsay and heresy and, stories.
Yeah.
Because only the prophets are correct.
True. Now I was just wondering if I had a little thing that would catch him off guard.
Still haven't answered my question though.
What would change between us if you knew my name?
I mean, I would be more trusting of someone. You have the advantage over me pretty much in, I say, just in general. So maybe having your name, I believe, is at least the start of a great friendship.
You gave
Put
me
it
what
that
you
way.
are known, and I gave you what I am known. Trade for a
But you
trade.
also know my real name.
Ah, but I haven't said it out loud, have I? So I haven't breathed it into existence.
But you said hers.
I did, sure. And I might have overstepped.
A little
Trade
bit.
is a trade. What's yours? You know mine, and you breathed it into existence. So what is yours?
I will whisper it to you in your dreams.
I
Son
don't
of a
have
bitch.
dreams.
It seems like something that I would try to fix then. You want to learn my real name?
Why? No, you breathed it into existence while we were talking. You can do the same. If you have to whisper it in my ear, you can do that too. But while we are awake, as you have done just now. Trade for trade. No?
If you were my friend, a trade for a trade would be more than fair. Sure.
I say we are acquaintances, which is a precursor to friends. I don't know much about you, and I would like to know more about you, but I don't understand why you would actually cross a line that is socially unacceptable. It's a flex that you know my real name, yes, and yes, you breathed it into existence, but you didn't want to turn around and show me the courtesy of doing that back to me. Is that a beginning of a want to be friendship? Or is it because I didn't shake your hand because I want to know more about you to make sure that you are good friend? Not friend, but good. There's a difference.
You are as shrewd as she said you were. Very, very interesting games indeed we will play. And he hands Carlos a piece of licorice. This conversation is for friends and friends only. And he slams his hands on the table and you go back to being your regular size.
All of us?
Yep. The bottle is
Fuck.
empty in the middle of the circle.
I was about to ask him why. Oh well.
Great. Well, yeah.
Adios. And I throw the licorice behind me, knowing damn well it's going to be in my pocket.
Yep. Whenever you want it, it's gonna be there.
I thought she was done with me. Dumb.
Who
And I
was
walk
done
away.
with you?
I walk away. I say that and I'm walking away.
I can't handle this anymore. Oh my God.
I just stare at the circle for a little bit.
Mhm.
Son of a bitch.
It almost looks like one of the mushrooms moves, but the more you stare at it, the stiller it becomes.
Yeah, why don't you ask him why my dad shows up in this tarot card for this figure right here? How about you ask him that?
Don't bother. Breathe it in. Relax. I have to catch up to Carlos
Marigold.
and
I literally just yell out Marigold. I go, we got to find this woman because she apparently knows what's going on here. Maybe she can help us with this. I don't know.
I don't think she's coming.
What do you mean? She was just, and then I start describing this woman, Marigold. I'm like, come on, I'm not making people up here.
Freki, what I'm trying to tell you, in the most kindest of ways, and clearly my communication is not working. I'm tired. I'm disappointed. I'm upset. And I'm depressed. I need to lay down, cry myself to sleep, and maybe tomorrow we go on to getting the stupid paper we have to get so that we can go to the place to the other place. I'm just exhausted mentally and emotionally, and I am not able to handle this more tonight.
Of course, I did not realize you were going through all this. I feel like this is my fault now, and
It's
now
not
I'm gonna
your
be spending this whole
she
time trying to win
she
you
just
over.
grabs
Okay,
his
yes, let's
shoulders
get you back.
and says, "Stop it. It is what I'm going through, not you. Okay?
Okay, yes, I will stop because you said it. This is
Danke."
helping. This is helping. This is helping. This is helping.
She's like ready to just oh, she could kill somebody right now or get into a good fight and just let it all out. She would.
Mhm.
Just
I see it in her face. I can see the spark in her eye. Go, oh, hit me. It's fine. Fine. Go
no.
right ahead. Go. Come on. I used to do this with my mom all the time when she was upset at my dad. Just go. Just punch me one good time in the sternum. I mean, that's where you can reach. You can go for the face. You want me to kneel down? I can kneel down. I can kneel down and I put my chin out. So you got this nice big section.
Just turns and walks away because starts to curse in German. 'Cause she doesn't know what else to do.
And you guys hear the guitar playing in the background far away.
Shut up! Ah!
Yeah, we'll just yeah. Wherever we have a place, right? Yeah,
Mhm.
we ended up getting yeah. Go back there.
She just
I,
bypasses it and goes to bed.
I'm walking about 5 paces away from her because I don't want to anger her. I'm just like
Mhm.
make sure I'm at a distance. Uh, wait till she walks. We all got separate rooms, right?
Yep.
Okay, good, because this was going to be awkward if we all had to go in the same room.
No. Especially not with Carlos.
No, he wants to get laid tonight.
I'm not sure
Yeah.
about that anymore.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I think I ruined it. I think I ruined today.
So,
Today has been ruined.
so I get back to the inn.
Mhm.
I walk in. Is there anybody there anymore?
Very few stragglers. The violinist and the cajon player are gone. But the hurdy-gurdy is still at the table.
So, I start playing a song. It's called La Dama y sus Sombras.
The lady and her shadows.
Yes.
Yep.
And I'm singing it in Castilian
Okay.
very low. I'm basically just showing off the guitar. I'm not singing it out loud. I'm more singing it to myself.
But
Waiting to
then,
make sure waiting to make sure the stragglers come in
yeah,
before I go to bed.
yeah. By the time that your song is done, she gives you a little clap, and you'll hear the door open. You'll see May with Freki behind her.
Okay, I'm going to bed.
She gets up like she's joining you.
I put out my hand. I know how to take a song.
Yeah.
Before we go, I go to the bar and I get a bottle of wine.
Okay.
Pie. Yeah, just go back. I realized that there's a pie that I did not eat that I was waiting for.
Yeah. But they do give
Pie?
you what's left of the pie.
Okay, I'll give this to Bolt. I'll give it to my dog. Yes.
Who
I
doesn't
walk
like
up.
his name?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm gonna. That's what I'm gonna be spending a good portion of this time. I go, here's some food. Why don't you like to be called Bolto? And I start creating a rudimentary system where I'm like, okay, where do you want it? Do you want it to start with an A? You want to start with a B? You want to start with a C?
Nice.
Actually,
And I'll
before I go
use.
upstairs,
There
I
you
look
go.
at Balto and I go, Papito lindo! And I give him a big scrub on
Yeah.
it.
He just throws himself on his back and just shows you his stomach.
His name is Papito.
No, see, he does that for anything. Who wants to get neutered? And then he starts.
Yeah. Throws himself on his back, shows you his
Yeah,
stomach.
so does not. So yeah, I would not take that to the bank, sir.
Fine. But I'm going to bed. See you in the morning.
And I start looking at the hurdy-gurdy player. I go, would you like to rub his belly as well? Because
Oh,
apparently
no,
she's just here watching.
you should. It's glorious. He's
Yeah,
a great dog.
She does. She bends down. She just pets him.
See what I mean? He's such a good boy.
He is very soft for his size. Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Now this is getting weird. All right.
Okay,
Go.
and I
Yeah.
lead her up. I grab the bottle of wine with 2 glasses,
Yep.
and I lead her up to the room.
How does it feel to let his booty call touch your dog?
It is. I invited it. That's my fault.
You did.
I go.
You did.
Oh, so I did. And then when she responded that way, I was like, "This is a mistake. This is a mistake."
Instant regret.
Instant regret. Regrets.
All the regrets.
At least I didn't say what I was thinking about saying, which was incredibly inappropriate.
So Carlos and the hurdy-gurdy player going upstairs. What are Freki and May doing? You have about 3/4 of a pie left.
Are you not hungry?
Yeah. I'm just going to read and maybe fall asleep. Who knows?
I'm sorry that I disappoint you.
You don't disappoint me. At all. You never have, you never will. Has nothing to do with that. You
Oh,
know
I
what
kinda-
disappoints me?
What?
I can't save my family and I can't save you. And she'll just turn and go upstairs.
I just start walking behind her. I'm like, well, I get that things are dire, but just because your family is no longer here doesn't mean that you can't save them, nor does that mean that you can't save me. So you can be upset and tired and pissy. You have the right to do that. I will see you in the morning when you're not like this. And we can have a discussion then.
Here's the funny thing. I've always been like this. And she'll slide into her room.
And then to break the tension, they hear female giggling from my room.
That's my secret, Cap. I'm always angry.
I actually cut a portion of this pie,
Mhm.
right? And I will put it onto a plate or fashion a plate from what is already in the. No, better yet, I will grab the half that's left and just mold it, mush it into a ball in my hand because I'm gonna feed this to Balto. I'm
Of
not
course you
eating
are.
this.
Of course you are.
So I put I put a quarter of it, the quarter that's actually still intact, and I leave it in the plate, and I will just nudge it comically slow through the doorway and then close the door.
Who are
And
you
then
giving
I'll
the
spend
slice to?
to May.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna be spending until I pass out trying to figure out a rudimentary system on how to call in a what name that Balto would like. I'll probably get to maybe the first two letters, so it's like an R and an E, but then I don't know how long he wants to go with this name.
Right? By the time you get to R, you do kind of figure out that he does have a very distinct bark for yes.
Good. And then I feed him, and it's one of those things. Start feeding him a little bit, and then I would go through the alphabet again. And by the time I think we get to E, and then I just fall asleep.
Yep.
I'll fall asleep, and as I do, formerly known as Balto, will come and start
The dog formerly known as Balto.
eating. Yeah, we'll start eating what I left on in my hand. You'll just start nibbling at it until it's gone, and then go to sleep.
In the middle of the night, Carlos is not a stranger to sharing his bed. But there's an elbow that just lands the wrong way, and it forces you to kind of pull yourself from your slumber.
Okay.
And
my hand reaches behind the bed where I always keep a dagger. Like very but my hand's already there, and I open my eye.
Yeah, and you'll feel the hand, a very soft hand, just kind of like glide around your throat and your chin, kind of up towards that hand.
Mm-hmm.
There is no need for that, my friend.
Do I kiss you or do I run you through?
There was a time when you would have done both.
Why the fuck are you haunting me? And I pull out the dagger.
So quick to action. You are still young. And she
I
gets
look
up.
at the girl sleeping next to me.
She's gone. It is only.
And I look back at her. I'm like, really?
I paid her as you would have for her services.
Why are you here? And by the way, I reach into my bag, I pull out a mask, and I go, this is yours.
Thank you. I was looking for it.
So when were you going to tell me?
And she sits down
And the
at the
question
end of
is,
the bed.
were you sent to handle me? I'm wondering if my my sincereness to the cause was being tested.
I do not test those I do not wish to use. And you see her look behind her. Sebastian, I am ready. And you will see a rip in the space and time open up, and a gloved hand comes out and She stands up and takes it.
The next time I see you, I'm probably going to kill you.
The next time that you see me, it will be in the Glamour Isles, my friend. I hope you come and find me. And she blows you a kiss as she steps into the porta. And it seals behind her. The next morning, everybody wakes up. You can smell breakfast. Sound of joy coming from downstairs. People are getting ready to start their work day and enjoying their meals together.
By the time they both get downstairs, I'm already drunk.
Perfect.
I stir, and now, yeah, I wake up. Dog formerly known as Balto.
Mhm.
I'm like, all right, Reggie,
Snorts.
come. Okay, so it's not Reggie. Okay, don't worry, we're gonna get this. Formerly known as Balto. Let's go. Let's get some
Barks.
breakfast. To start, I'll start. Yeah, I'll head down, and I can see that Carlos is visibly drunk.
Yeah. Almost prophetically, May has no dreams. It is just darkness. There's nothing to remember.
You know. Just comes
As soon
down
as
quietly.
As soon as I see him coming down the stairs, it goes, Amigo! Good morning! Come and have some breakfast.
Yes, breakfast is right. Right. As I walk up, as I get closer to him, I'm like, sir, are you already 2 sheets to the wind? Smells like it.
I started early.
Yeah, it's dawn. Uh can't say that this isn't the first. Can't say that I've never done that. Yeah. Actually, embarrassingly enough, I've done that more than once, but unlike you, I don't oof, man. Are you okay? I think that you drank from the smell, the musk of whatever you were drinking. Seems like you are you shouldn't be medically walking. Are you okay?
Balto barks at him.
I am absolutely fine. Come here, papito!
Throws himself on top of Carlos.
Ay, mi niño! Ah! And I'm actually a little rougher with him than normal. I'm like, ooh! He's licking my face. I'm like, ay, que bonito!
Yep.
I understand now why May noticed this behavior with me before, and how this could be detrimental to this dog's health and well-being. All right, okay. Formerly known as Balto.
I look at you and I give you this look, and I go, every man has a lesson in their life. She was mine.
What?
And I go back to playing with the
Who was
dog.
your lesson? Who was your lesson? Wait, formerly known as Balto. Read. Read down.
Snorts. But he sits down.
Okay, so it's not. Damn it, but it's not read. Okay.
I grab a sausage and give it to him.
But what are you looking for?
Huh? No,
What?
nothing. It's nothing.
Not you, him.
What? Oh, what about me?
Not you. He said read. Why the read?
Oh, sorry. Reed. Reid. I believe that's how my mother spelled Siegfried.
Why did you say the word read is what I'm questioning.
Oh, I'm trying to learn his name.
So it's our names?
No, see, Balto formerly known as Balto, does not like that name. So
He barks.
I actually spent a good amount of time with him last night trying to figure out his actual name. So far I got R and E. And
She just looks at Balto, or the dog known as Balto.
yeah,
Raina?
that's
Snorts.
Remy.
Snorts. And just plops down.
This is
Do I
This
think
is
of
actually a
any
good-
really cool Castilian names that sound like that?
obviously that would not be it.
I would try it anyways. You
Yeah.
never know. That would piss you off. Remy.
I just did Remy. What is
This is
Yeah.
a puzzle.
It's like holding up a sponge and being like, all right, I'm going to ask you to tell me what this is, but don't say sponge. 1, 2, 3, what is this?
Sponge.
Ah, I said the thing.
okay? Well, either case,
Richard.
I give formerly known as Balto his plate of food just
Yep.
so he could be like, look, he's a little sauce. He's gonna be at this for a while. Just I apologize ahead of time.
Yeah.
I am not that drunk.
Rebel.
just
I
pets
just
the
I
dog.
like I say it in like a
I
I
have
say it in a
been
low voice.
I
Rebel?
have been far more
Really?
drunk than I am currently right now.
What was May saying?
May will pat the dog's head and go, okay, Remben. And she'll just go and get something to eat.
He just rolls his eyes.
I know.
I give him another little sausage.
He eats it.
He's such a good papito.
Okay, so I take it you had a good night then.
Yeah. Yes, I did.
So why are you drunk?
You know for a fact he's lying.
Why are you drunk?
Seemed appropriate.
Bullshit.
I am gonna go check on Sombra. And I stand up and I go, in a few minutes, and I sat back down.
Okay,
So-
so why are you drunk? Because clearly you're drunk over something.
I'm drunk because there was a bottle of wine in front of me. And the bottle of wine in front of me ended up inside of me. And then
No
I became
shit, Sherlock.
drunk.
What was the cause of you drinking the wine?
And what did you do with the hurly girly girl? I say that really loud.
Early girl.
Oh, I did a few things. A few things with my tongue. A few things with my fingers. I could give you details later. They work really well.
Okay, so that's all that happened then.
Well, what happened after you did all the things with the Hurry Girl and you went to sleep? Because clearly you woke up at some point in this process when something happened, then you drank the fucking wine. So what the fuck happened?
Early girly girl.
Mein Gott!
Hurly girly girl. Hurly girly girl.
I look at May, and I have a look. I'm like,
Tell us what happened before I get unleashed on you. And that is not a good thing.
You can see I just put my arm like underneath her arms, like to try to hold her back. I'm like, all right, okay. I can see how you are without breakfast. We know you can get a little testy. Let's just
hangry.
have some food.
I had a dream of somebody I really wished I didn't need to see again. That is
Your
all.
ex-wife?
I've never been married, but I did love somebody once.
Once.
And
Love is a
this makes so
hold
much
on.
sense now.
Love is a wonderful thing for other men. Fantastic.
Mhm. Okay. Yes, May told me about this. There were some stories in Ison that while we were cleaning up her house that about um how men feel that women ruin their life, so they just go around seeking non non sentimental connections so they don't get hurt
Yeah.
anymore. Is that right?
You
I think
think
that's what
that
I
I
think that's
am
right.
that
Is that what happened?
shallow?
May stories are dark.
Yeah.
You think that I am that shallow? Oh, you
It
Yeah.
is Ison. I mean, these stories are Ison related, so yes, they could be
They are pretty dark.
morose.
Yeah, they're a bit macabre.
Yeah.
So, but it's okay. Look, it's okay if you don't want to tell us who hurt you. It's fine.
Who hurt you?
I
Who
never
hurt you?
said. I
I
never
mean,
said that.
mhm.
It's I pointed out Rolf where she hurt you, but I don't think Rolf would even respond to that.
So somebody that you haven't seen in a while, and obviously it
Sure.
affected you because you came down here and started drinking yourself now. too
No,
close
I
to the
did not
virgin.
start drinking. The bottle of wine was put in front of me by the kind bartender, and you do not say no to wine.
Bartender just shakes his head when he's referred to. He's like,
Look,
Yeah,
it's
May's just
okay.
like,
It's okay. We're gonna wait until after all of this passes your system, and then we'll have this conversation again.
So I pull out my
I take the
I
bottle
pull
of
out
wine and I literally down it, and I look
I
at the
pull out my
bartender. I go,
guitar. I pull out my
Just-
guitar, and I start to sing a rowdy drinking song.
Sure.
It's called "The Last Toast."
what are you doing to the
As he does
bartender?
that, I'm good.
And by the way, the way it ends is actually sad.
So what was Freki doing to the bartender?
Yeah, I'm looking at the bartender, like I take the bottle of wine that's there and I literally just chug the rest of it so there's nothing left in the bottle, and then I look at him and I'm like,
There was very little left in the bottle, man, bro. There was like that much left, man.
okay. Yeah. This is how it happens with one bottle. This is not good. Hey. You would be destroyed by Vestin women. For sure.
as I get up, my foot hits something, and you see another empty bottle roll out from under the table. And I look at you with a raised eyebrow, and I go, "Huh, just one bottle," and I walk out.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm
I
gonna
guess
go
he's
check
gone.
on. I'm gonna go check on Sombra.
Okay.
I want to make sure that Sombra didn't bite the poor hand of the
Okay.
of the of the keeper.
So what are Freki and May gonna do now that the belligerent drunk is gone?
Belligerent, charming.
I want to go
drunk.
ahead and sit. Just have a conversation. May, how are you feeling right now?
oh, there has not been any change. Still is, but it is what it is. Do you learn to accept it and move on?
I know this is this goes without saying. We're not going to ask my new friend, your new acquaintance, for any help in this matter that we're dealing with. Is that right? Or at least we shouldn't.
Bro, I'm so tempted to eat it right now and call a favor about her, but I won't.
I don't know, really, to be honest. I've always been warned never to shake anyone's hand without their full name given. He never gave me his name.
I guess so, but
He
I
knows
guess you're
mine,
right.
though.
Yeah.
That is bad
That's
form. And that does not hold trust at all. That shows that he is an undermining dealer of information and he wants to have the upper hand. The question is that who was the one who told him about me, as well as what did he learn about me? And I know you've asked for the wolf mother. I understand. I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at him for not turning around and putting the cards on the table about such things. Because he's hiding our need friendship, which is an open door deal that at some time might bite our asses. Because through friendship, one is not bartering for deals. Because I have never asked you for a deal. I think you and I are friends, yeah?
Yeah, I think more than that at this point. I mean, I cleaned your house. Just I might as well you might as well have adopted me at this point. Uh
I would, but
oh,
unfortunately, I don't want you to go through the same thing my family did.
those cards that you have.
Yeah.
Where did you get them?
The two were left from the Western, the woman we had over for a little bit. And when she disappeared, she left the cards there. And then this one fell off of my flipping through a book after Pikachu I Choose You decided to go off with the Galapagos woman and do whatever dance they were going to do, preamble to whatever they did last night, which I don't want to know. I don't ever want to know what he does to women. That's fine. Secrets like that are fine.
No, let's wait, stop. Enough about I don't want to hear any more about what Carlos escapades are. Just
Neither do I.
what but I just want to
But
understand because the card that you have now has a picture of my father on it. Um
I, I don't.
so
She'll pull out all of the cards that she has, and she'll pull the book out and go, "The card wasn't like this when I saw it." And then I went to a friend of mine. He gave me this book, and so I read the book until I fell asleep.
All the cards are blank.
so-
The fuck?
What the fuck?
you're not there, drunk.
I can still say what the fuck.
She'll actually look at back and forth for the cards,
Yeah, no, they're completely
and
blank. You can still feel the thickness of it, but all the color, all the artistry of it, gone.
she just puts it in the book, closes the book, puts it in, and goes, "I don't know anymore.
So
I don't know."
is it including the hangman is not on there, or is it
Yeah,
just
all
the
of them.
hangman that you saw?
All of them are blank.
I don't know anymore.
Who did you get this from again?
Several things, several places. They just fell in front of me. And now they're blank. So I don't know what to do anymore. I'm so fucking lost. I don't know what to do.
Can I see those cards? I start thumbing through them again.
Mhm.
I start thumbing through them to see if anything comes up, if it's still just all blank.
You get a whiff of some kind of wildflower. It smells of a lily or a rosemary or a marigold.
I chuckle a little bit to myself. Um yeah, I've smelled this before, right? I smelled this when I was at the circle the first time, when I was around Marigold. I'm starting to put that together. Uh, remember the person that I told you that I saw? Not him. I'm talking about the woman that I
Yeah.
saw.
Yeah.
Um, she smelled exactly like these cards.
So she took the art from the cards.
I don't think these are your cards.
They kept appearing into me, so
No, I don't think you understand. I think the cards that you had, like I start, and I could be wrong, but that's just how I feel, is that I think these cards were switched out.
what?
I don't know. But I have a feeling that this Marigold person might know. She's actually going on the same path that we're going. Maybe we can actually catch her in the on the what do you call that? The exit out of here.
I I don't have a leg to stand on anymore.
You know, if I've learned that if it becomes too overwhelming, or if it's just unsure of where you need to go, we just go forward. I know that we're supposed we're getting somewhere. We just need to already arrive, and hopefully we can find the answers there. And hopefully Carlos will be sober enough that he can come with us. As
Good.
well as Relish. Relish. I look at formerly known as Balto. And I say Relish.
He just looks up at you with this face of disdain.
Okay, so it's not
Me.
food. Okay.
May will sit down with the dog.
Mhm.
She'll just gently have him put his head on her lap, and she's gonna pet him gently.
Yep.
And she'll go, "When you know your name, you tell us, yeah?
He barks.
You don't know your name yet, do you?
Snorts.
Okay. What would you like? May I call you Shotzi, only for a name of endearment, which means dear, and it means nice. But just to give us a name to call you until you know your real name. Is it okay?"
There's a bit of a whine that comes from him. But then he just exhales, like, in exasperation.
Look it. She just kind of looks at it going, "I feel the same way. I don't know what else to do either. I'm either going to cry or kill someone. I haven't decided. There's no card to go into yet. They haven't been invented. So help me, help you, help me. For the love of all the gods in the
Okay, so
existence."
I realize she's having a nervous breakdown, so I'll
Yeah.
just start going. I'm like, okay, we can pull back from this. Just have your breakfast for now. If you want, I'll go grab you some coffee. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna figure this out.
Puts her forehead
uh,
against the dog's head and closes her eyes.
Okay, Remus, you're gonna take care of her. I start saying, I'm just like,
Just a low whine.
okay, yeah. Well, you don't like Balto, so I guess now we're gonna have to figure that out. Like, I just as I'm going to go grab coffee, I'm like, I guess we'll just chalk it up as another thing that we have to worry about. Wolf mother, check. Dog's name, check. This asshole
Yeah.
Moon Silver, check.
Yeah. The dog, I like that the dog's name is on top of Moon Silver. Like, that's the priority.
Of course.
Well,
Come on.
for Freki, it is.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
name is a lot.
Makes sense.
Yeah, name is a lot.
As she watches Freki go for a moment, she'll just look at the dog and go, "You're lucky he hasn't gone to Rupert yet."
He nods.
Share my breakfast with me. I'm not going to eat much, and it might as well look like I did, so you can have some.
He licks her face.
And she'll eat a little bit and then let the dog have the rest.
Outside, in the stables, Carlos will see that Sombra, Mañana, and Horsey are all looking exquisite.
Wow.
Even Horsey looks 10 years younger. Muscular, fit, energetic. And there's a
I
wreath
look for this.
of...
I look for the stable hand.
There's a young boy there. But Horsey has a wreath of mistletoes around its neck.
I point at the mistletoe, and I'm looking at the stagehand. I mean, not stagehand, the stable hand.
Yeah.
Care to explain?
I did not question it, my lord.
You didn't do this?
No.
I pull out a coin. I give it to the boy. I'm not even looking at him when I do it.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the horses.
Yeah.
I go and I give him. I give my whistle to Sombra, the whistle that I use for him to come to me.
It does.
Hi, my boy. And I'm petting him, and I like put my head against his. I'm smelling the air. Do I smell her perfume?
No.
Thank God.
No.
Pissed me off. She came down here and touched my fucking horse. I walked the horses out, and I put the horses on the carriage, on the wagon.
Mhm.
And I, of course, I'm whispering to them as I bring them out. You know, come on, I'm taking care of them.
Yeah.
I put Mañana there. I look at Sombra and I ask the stable, and Sombra didn't give you any problems, right?
Oh, no. Very calm horse, my lord.
Are you sure we're talking about the same Sombra that I'm talking about? And at that point, Sombra like pushes me.
Yeah, he just nudges you with his face.
Are we sure we're talking about the same horse?
Yes, yes. They were all very calm and well behaved.
I rub Sombra, I reach in, I pull out an apple. Aquí va.
Yeah, greedily takes it.
Yep. Well, thank you. Thank you for taking care of the horses.
Of course.
I play with the reef.
Mhm.
Do I feel anything?
It's beautifully made. It looks like it was naturally grown in this circular fashion. Like searching the branches of the inside of the doorknob, you see where it was snipped.
Yeah.
But it also looks like it was snipped at two different ends and put together. It almost looks like this was a corkscrew
Yeah.
of a plant. Smells fresh though. This was done overnight.
I have no idea what this could mean.
But looking through the branches, you'll find a small kind of leather pouch, maybe the size of like your palm.
Yeah.
It feels like there's something in it, but it feels very, very light.
I pull it out.
It's
And I look at it.
it's two flowers and an herb.
Could have been thank you for the candy. Interesting.
Yep.
Very interesting. I have a little bit of scholarship. Do I remember anything like this?
No. But you know that it's a lily, the herb is rosemary, and the other flower is a marigold.
Okay. Yeah, I just set up the wagon and stuff for my friends with the horses, and I keep the wreath on the horse.
Okay.
It looks cute on Mañana, so I keep it on there.
Well, it's not Mañana that has it, it's Horsey.
Oh, horsey.
Yep.
Horsey.
Yeah.
Oh, by the
Horsey.
way, I now that by the way, now that nobody here is at me, I do check Horsey's teeth. Is he healthy?
Yeah.
Okay, you're good. You're good. You're good. And I pet him behind the ear.
Yeah, no,
Um,
he's lively.
Okay, good. I was worried that he was like a sickly dog or something because we got him so
No,
cheap.
no, he was.
Okay. And by the way, I'll do the standard. I check all their horseshoes,
Yeah, no,
make sure everything's good.
they've been taken care of.
Okay, good. Yeah, and I set up the wagon and stuff, and I wait for my friends to come out.
Yeah, the May and Freki will see that towards the end of their breakfast, as Balto is snorting and throwing himself on the floor at every name that gets sent to him. Through the window, you'll see that Carlos has pulled up with the wagon.
And by the way, I'm like writing back and forth on Sombra because Sombra gets a little like he needs to move sometimes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah.
Oh, Horsey and Mañana are strong enough to pull the wagon by themselves.
Oh, I know. No. I would never put Sombra pulling the wagon.
I mean, you did. You had to.
Well, that's true. I did. But no, I'm not doing it again. I had to apologize to Sombra for hours.
Yeah. But
Poor Sombra. He is not a beast of burden. But yeah, so I'm writing him around. We're doing the Sombra does the march thing, the cute, all
trotting,
that shit.
Trotting.
Yeah, I do all that with him because he likes to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And even though I'm drunk as fuck, I am perfectly at home on the saddle.
Yeah. Where's May keeping the cards?
May was keeping him in her satchel, right next to her, in her book, so she knows exactly where to go to get things.
Yeah.
So they're always on her person.
All right. Freki, where's the licorice?
I reach into my back pocket, and now there it is.
There it is.
So I put it inside my shoe. And I'm like, all right, let's see how long it takes before it comes back to my pocket.
Okay.
But yeah, when I see Horsey, I kind of get taken aback. I'm like, wow, hey, yeah,
It looks the best it's
gotta
ever
play.
looked.
Yeah, I'm like, whoever took care of Horsey, I would love to tip them.
I already tipped them. A coin. If you wish to, the stage at the stable boys in the stables.
Sure. I walk over. I'm like, yeah. I pass over Horsey. Pass my hand over Horsey. I'm like,
Muscular.
I mean, yeah, no. I'm like, hey, I could actually probably ride on top of Horsey now. Like I'm like, he's looking like a Clydesdale. Look at this one.
Almost.
Look at this guy. It's got stock. Like, this is not the same horse. This is not the same horse. Yeah, I go to the stable boy.
Yeah. And he's there cleaning up after the stalls that were used.
Hi there. You were so sorry to bother you. I know you're in the middle of something. You were taking care of the horses here last night, correct?
No, I was called in this morning. My sister is the one that takes care of the horses.
Oh, well, I just wanted to actually meet her and thank her. I actually wanted to possibly give her a little coin favor, considering how well she has taken care of our horses.
Oh, I can pass anything along if you would like.
Sure. Well, by chance, forgive me. My name is Freki. And what is yours?
My name is Ross.
Russ. And
Yes.
and your sister's name?
Ross Marin.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
Ross Marin.
Composite?
Composite? Rosmarin.
Ah, oh well. Please, if it's not too much trouble, I would love to give this to her personally. And do you know, is she still working?
She will return after dinner.
No, we'll be gone by then. But thank you. In fact, here, and I'll hand him the tip, and I go, just tell her that Freki says thank you for taking care of these horses last night.
I will.
Yeah, I mean, were you here the day before?
No. No, I said that was my uncle.
I asked because my Horsey, you've seen, and I point over at Horsey over there.
Oh, yes. Magnificent animal.
Yeah, I always consider him being magnificent, but yesterday he did not look like that. And today he looks like a new horse.
That is how I came across him, my lord.
Yeah. Well, I also catch when I pass my hand over Horsey the smell.
Smells of mistletoe. Probably because of the wreath.
Okay. But I don't smell anything like marigold or anything like that.
No.
Well, thank you. You carry on. You have a great night. You have a great day. And go ahead and leave.
Yeah, be safe, sir.
I go back to May. May, have you seen? Look at this horse. Horsey's a horse now. Oh my god! And Carlos has lost his voice. Carlos.
When he was in there talking to stable boy, I gave the bag to May.
Okay.
And I'm like, I found this on Horsey in the reef. Well, it's a tiny little bag, so I don't think you would. Yeah, there you go.
It's big enough for just a bulb of a marigold, the lily, and a little couple sprigs of rosemary.
Yeah.
He's just so pissed off right now. She just kind of looks at it and is like, what is she deduce from this? Just that somebody put a whole thing together and put it on the horse?
It was in the reef. I had to look in the reef to find it.
Could be a calling card.
Do you want me to hold on to it?
It was on his horse. And I point back to the stables. It was probably left for him. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't something to do with the duende.
Oh, kind of like, and she'll pull out the cards. How these are all blank now?
¿Cómo? And I grab them. I start looking at them.
Yeah, most of them are blank. But there's two.
I hold it up to this.
There's two
hold
that
them up to the
that have art on it.
What are the two that have
How
art
do
on
you
it?
do?
Yeah.
What are the two that have art on it?
One of them looks like a handbell, and the other one looks like a chalice, kind of cup. Very simple though, like almost like the same cup that that Indy picks in the last one.
Yeah, the wooden cup. Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's only 3 Indiana Jones movies.
Yeah. And so I spin the cards around like in my fingers. I go, not all of them are blank.
They were all blank, weren't they, Freki?
I totally believe you. I saw a card change in front of you. I believe you. I'm just saying these two currently are not blank.
She'll start looking through the book to see if she can find a match or close to it.
There are no matches to this. But they do look
I don't know.
familiar to May.
How do they look familiar to me?
They look like the artifacts that May has. Did May bring them with her, is the question, or did she leave them at home?
She brought everything that she needed with her, so they probably would be with her.
Do you think you needed both of them?
As player to storyteller, it's your game. Of course I do at some point.
Okay.
If I could bring the kitchen sink into this bag, I would have.
Okay. Just they're very situational, so I didn't know if you wanted to have them with you.
You never know.
I mean, there's
And then a pet rat.
Serna artifacts that you don't want people just seeing you wave those around.
No, I don't. I keep them hidden in the bag. That's why it's a big bag.
Sure.
I could go get it for you and show you, but
No.
she will start going through because she knows where she keeps her very important ones.
Yeah.
And she'll go and pull out the artifact, like she'll pull it out,
Mhm.
but she'll be kind of opening. She'll open the bag and let them see it inside the bag match and the cards.
Yep.
I'm on the horse, so I like peek.
Yeah. They're very clearly not crafted by any of the nations. The craftsmanship is so beautiful and ornate for what it is, for the size of it, that it has to be a Serna artifact that she's holding up to you.
Where did you find that?
She has two of them.
Or did it find you?
I believe the term you use very often is "por la que nos dos."
Fair enough.
I'm not there, but
You can walk in at this point.
The
Oh, yeah.
sun is too fucking bright this morning, and I get my wide-brimmed hat and I put it on.
I mean, May, have you seen Horsey? He's a horse now. This isn't like, I mean, he was always a horse. Don't get me wrong, Horsey, but he's like, he can actually like
I reached down for the
do
little
horse
bag
things.
I gave May. The little bag. Give it to him. I found this on Horsey, by the way.
You found it
It was
on
in-
him?
It was in the reef.
I opened the bag.
Boom.
Yeah. It's 2 flowers and some herbs.
It smells like the same thing that I smelled back.
Yep.
Okay. All right. This is very weird. Whoever touched your cards, May, is the same person who put this on Horsey.
Well, here's she'll show the 2 cards that show off the 2 relics she has. Like, these just changed.
I had nothing to do with it.
Was
Okay, what does this
Freki a part of the group when you found any of the artifacts? Wow. Okay.
No, I was not.
Okay. So yeah, you've never seen them before.
I look at the dog and I go, Reich!
Doesn't do anything.
Ike.
Reich.
No, I don't think you would want an Ison name. Don't do that.
No Ison names?
No. He's clearly
not?
Vestin.
But some of
Anyway,
those names are
yeah.
cool, like Reinhound.
He throws himself into the cart.
Yeah.
May just
You
follows
see?
after, like, I can't even.
I helped May up.
But what are these, like, why, what is going on here? First, you had a picture of my father
Look,
on
it's
this
called
card, and now it's
magic.
switched.
And now I know why the church hates it. Because this is shit. I have no idea what's going on. People walking in and out, cards disappearing, things I don't understand.
And educate yourself to understand.
I
Oh no, I'm good. You
just
sound like a
point at
whining.
something. Just point at something for me to stab.
And what's the fun
You did
in
that
that
last
if you
night.
don't educate your
Ayo.
mind? It is a dull blade.
Oh.
Ew. Oh.
I
damn.
rather fight in court than deal with this. At least I knew who were my enemies and who were my friends and who I could sleep with before the end of the night.
Wait, are we
Well,
still talking? Are you
you did-
still talking about us? I don't just like.
I
what?
don't know anymore.
No, I'm saying back home that I was always like in parties and stuff, and they could be very
Where do you think I
dangerous.
found it?
You
Where do
said
you
the
think
wrong-
the? Where do you think I found all these? Huh? Where do you
I
think I
don't know.
found them? In your country.
Okay, okay.
Oh,
And
then,
the media.
then thank God it left. Apparently.
Actually, it was another
Wait a minute.
Castilian
You were in
that
Castile.
helped. Yeah. Oh,
When were you in
surprise!
Castile?
Oh, ages ago.
Why didn't you tell me? You
I
acted
didn't
all
know
like
you then.
you acted all like Castile is so strange.
You never shook
It is
hands or became
strange.
friends.
It's beautiful. It's lovely. It's filled of life and color and music. And it's only the Inquisition that make it a piece of shit.
Well, it
Oh,
wasn't us though.
As soon as I say that, I go, and I look around to make sure nobody saw me hear me say that.
There's a few people that look in your direction and just,
Are any of them Castilian?
you don't know.
Perfect. I don't care.
You don't know. You don't know.
Yeah, you have no
Um,
idea.
Well, fine.
Yeah, but as you get on the
I'm like,
road, you notice that you're not alone. There's a few caravans and a few merchants that are making their trek out to Fischler.
Yeah.
And as you join the procession of people looking to get their traveling papers, I think this is a good point to call it for tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you guys for coming back for this.
Yeah.
And now
Stop it.
everybody knows Mr. Moonsilver.
Yes. And I have a friend.
You have a friend and some licorice.
Yes.
So,
What if we boil both of our licorices together, make one super licorice?
And then we both eat it together.
like Lady and the Tramp? Making
Yes.
out at the end? Do it.
Things
But
that you will never see on this stream. Just letting you know.
how dare you?
We just tease the audience. Oh.
Yeah. But as always, thank you guys for coming back. Let me give you guys a chance to plug whatever you're into. We'll start with you, Kenny. What are you up to? Where can people find you on the internet if you want to be found?
You can find me under in my personal socials, Mr. _ with the underscore in between each word. You can also find me on Critter Diet Bears Love Gaming on TikTok. I started playing now, like I play Magic the Gathering, and that's a little bit about me because I'm a huge nerd. I started playing, got back into Arena, so now that is a driving force of besides Clear Obscure that I'm playing right now.
Still?
I'm still playing. Yeah, still, because it's one of the, when you get a game like this, an RPG game like this, that, you know, I say this about everybody. This game is what Final Fantasy wanted to be for the past 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
So, other than that, I also want to give a shout out to both my parents that, again,
Yeah.
they listen to the stream, and I know you're gonna see this the next day. I know you're gonna be confused on what's going on and why. Don't worry, this is my character. This is not
Yeah.
you, Dad. That's actually here.
Don't worry, we're just as confused as you guys are.
Yeah.
Not enough
Oh,
alcohol.
also, besides being a pirate, you can find me as a vampire on this stream. You can also find me. I was a bird. You're gonna probably see me soon in a galaxy. I'm not gonna say it like that. You can find me in
Careful.
in the Alpha Quadrant. Let's just put it
Those
that way.
there are people with those fandoms that are very, very touchy.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, Junie, what are you up to? Where can we find you online if you want to be found?
You can find me here actually at my own channel, Junie _Von _Ash, and I turn around and I like to choke yarn. It makes it easier to get the frustrations out in life by choking yarn. Plus, you can make pretty things that you can sell to people because you can. If I'm not there, then you will see me here every other Tuesday being half demi-goddess or playing a very confused Ison that doesn't know what the fuck to do anymore. Otherwise, you will find me over at Mixtaper Studios doing whatever on Wednesdays if I'm lucky to be at the table. And on Saturday nights, you will see me as a storyteller for Chicago Hidden Cities. And I may be doing some sensory relaying this upcoming Saturday.
Yeah. And P, what are you up to? Where can people find you online if you want to be found?
You can find me on Instagram under StatMonkey. I will be, if you go to Gen Con, I will be running the official Marvel RPG room at night.
Ooh.
So you can come by and say hi. And during the day, I'll be at the Paradigm Concepts booth selling my wares. I'm currently still working on second edition of Rotted Capes, which I've decided to rewrite entire swaths of because I was 99% done, and I decided to rewrite big giant chunks of it because that's the way I am.
Yep.
And yep. So interesting little story. One of the lead writers for Pathfinder one day told me the day the book is printed, you already have second edition in your head.
Wow.
Because you already see where you could have made it better. And you're already like, I could have fixed that. I could have fixed every game designer says that.
Interesting.
I just caught mine because I played Daggerheart, and it's changing the way I look at games.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, thank you guys for coming with us. Thank you to the audience for joining us as well. Hope you guys are having a good time. You can always find us here on Monday for Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition. Tuesdays I alternate between Scion 1st edition and Werewolf of the Wild West. And Thursdays, like you just saw, are for 7th Sea or Legend of the Five Rings 4th edition. This Saturday and next Saturday, we will be doing a special 2-part miniseries of the Star Trek Adventures role-playing game by Modiphius. If you've been here for any of the Modiphius games that we've run in the past, it is a fun system, and I'm looking forward to sharing members of the crew, which you may or may not have seen already. But you can always catch me at Mixtaper Studios on Wednesday nights, where I get to play in all of the World of Darkness splats, and maybe even run one here and there. And then I did make my first appearance in Chicago Hidden City as the most subdued Tremere that has ever Tremered. I did nothing questionable in any way, shape, or form. I just
He washed his balls for this.
Showed up with clean balls. That's all I did. But as always, please remember that we take mental health on the channel very serious. So if you feel like you need help and you're watching live, there are phone numbers going up in our Twitch chat. They'll be in the description box below if you're watching on YouTube. Please know that there are people out there who want to help you. And all it takes is just that first step. But take advantage of the assets that we have available right now. Because after this horrendous bill that just got passed, we might not have any of that anymore. So please, if you feel like you need help, just know that there are resources out there. If you don't do well with phone calls, or if we somehow lose access to everything, please go to findthehelpline.com. I believe that is not attached to anything American, so we will be safe enough to use that. So just know that there are outlets out there, and there are ways to find help if you need it. But as always, thank you again. Please be careful out there. Please cause some good trouble if you can. But always watch out for yourselves and your neighbors. And we will see you when we see you. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.